Hi guys, and welcome back to CUBCAM TV. Just before we jump into this video, I do want to give you a quick warning that this is a video we have had to cut down. Every now and then when we upload videos to the channel, they do get blocked for copyright issues, and I want to make sure we're still able to deliver the content. So I'm just letting you know in advance, there will be a lot of cuts, edits, and pauses during this video, just to make sure we're able to get it up online. I have tried uploading it a couple of times, and with a couple of different edits, and this is the edit that actually worked to get it online. So hopefully you guys can still enjoy the technical analysis and musical breakdown that we do here on CUBCAM TV. Without further ado then, on with the video. What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CUBCAM TV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts, as we continue to explore this fantastic new album from Burna Boy, Love Domini. We're trying to get through as many of the tracks as we possibly can, and I'm very excited to jump into this next one. So we're going to be having a look at this one. It goes by the name Wild Dreams. It features Khalid, again, a very internationally established artist, and again, we did recently look at a remix Khalid did of Know Your Worth featuring Davido and Thames in preparation for this, so we could get a bit of an idea of how he operates within this sort of sound bracket, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really popular one on the channel. You guys seem to really enjoy it, so hopefully you're going to enjoy this one as well. Now, as always, I do need to warn you, with this album we are having to chop down the videos significantly. They're getting blocked unless we do so do be aware there's going to be a bit more conversation and a little bit less of the track being played. We're going to be talking a fair bit, otherwise they will get blocked. There's no way around it. Unfortunately, this album's been very kind of tight on getting uploads up. And it's not just on this channel as well. You'll see it across all the other reactors currently putting stuff together for it. Honestly, in our group chat that we've got together, all of us are talking about how long it is to edit it all down. We don't want to do it, but we have to, so just be aware when listening through. So without further ado, let's have a little look at this one. If you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Let's go.
Oh, I pray for strength, please let it wash over me.
Those strings are beautiful.
I can't help myself from having these words.
Right from the beginning then, we've got this sense of euphoria coming in, and that's something that Khalid is very, very good at delivering. This idea that you can give an uplifting sense of kind of feeling within your vocal. Again, the sort of keys going on behind those uplifting string lines. What a wicked way to open up a tune like this, man. Khalid on fire right from the jump.
You can't even sleep, talk less of even dreaming it. Them not believe in themselves, then how can they believe?
The instrumental on this is so interesting, man. Again, such a solid use of percussion. The percussion is actually one of the leading factors in the way this has been kind of designed rhythmically. You've got those very kind of big, quite hollow sounding sort of percussive hits that are giving it a sense of direction. You've then got Burna literally kind of bringing a very kind of wave-like vocal, just kind of going like it's going up and down, up and down, up and down as it moves, and again, just riding those little pockets that are being formed from the percussive inputs as well. Really, really clean start to this one. Oh my word. Like, I know I pause quite regularly on this channel, and it's not intentional. Again, we do need to do it, but this is a tune I would be pausing near enough every 10 seconds anyway. Such a nice sweeping vocal there from Khalid, just kind of taking this into a completely different direction. This is in the kind of pop sphere. It's in that more sort of ballad-like arrangement. What a wicked way to kind of kick things off. We're only a minute in, and it feels like we've gone for about 5 different sections. Absolutely crazy.
Strength, please let it wash over me.
Ah!
I can't help myself from having these words.
You know what? You are lying if you're not finding this ever so slightly emotional. Those string lines are they're just so impactful. The way they're just kind of constantly rising in the backdrop. You've got Khalid's vocal again in the middle, doing that sort of lead work and really pushing that idea of emotion forward. And then, of course, you tie that up with the sort of drum lines down below disappearing and it becoming a lot more stripped back. We're going to get into another verse next, but transitionally, this has been such a fantastic roll for. I actually really like the drum rolls they're using as well. Very kind of powerful, impactful drum rolls always make a big difference in transitions.
Become me. Life is a ride, I take the front seat. At the most I drive, it can't go wrongly.
I've always said this about Burna, you know. I've always found he sounds really good over more emotionally driven instrumentals. I've always said that he is so good at coming across with that emotional side rather than going directly for the more sort of party starting, a bit more carefree side of things. The way that his vocal actually sits, it has this natural kind of I don't know, natural distortion to it, which allows it to have that kind of emotional kind of delicacy. And we're hearing it a lot on this, the way he's kind of riding those pockets, the way that he's actually kind of flexing those vocal muscles. You can hear the emotion in the performance, which is great. This would be such a good tune to kind of finish off a festival performance with. And I'm loving it so far. What an input from Khalid as well.
Where I'm from, bright lights, they tend to be hard to see.
Just love that as a lyric as well. Like, woke up covered in sweat from having these hard dreams. Where I'm from, I think he says where I come from. It's something along the lines of the lights are hard to see or something like that. Crazy. This is such a cool tune, man. I think Khalid has done a fantastic job of transferring his sound into a more sort of Burna Boy-esque realm, but I wouldn't say this is a typical kind of Burna Boy sounding creation. He's brought those kind of pop-style ballad elements, the strings, the kind of uplifting lines, again, the kind of transitions, the actual texture of his vocal are all a lot more from a pop realm, and he's brought those over with him to great effect. This crescendo is on a different planet, man. Honestly, man. What Khalid's brought to the table with this is that idea of epicness, that idea of ballad-like songwriting structure. Again, this sounds like a tune that could be played. If you were to take the vocal out of it, you could hear this being played as like a kind of montage tune for sports events or sports highlights. You could definitely see that, I don't know, on like BBC or something for Match of the Day when they're running through the highlights of the year. Or you could see it at the Olympics or something like that. There are so many different ways a tune like this can be used with those big emotional string lines. And again, I could actually safely say that Khalid steals the show on this one for me. Burna's fantastic on it, but Khalid has definitely stolen the show.
Humble yourself, humble your dreams. Remember, everything you see today at some point in time started from a wild dream.
It's a very good point, man. It's a very good point. It's something that resonates with me quite closely. I've had a lot of wild dreams in my time, a lot of things I've wanted to do. And a lot of the time it has seemed very difficult to do. Even very recently I've had something along these lines where it's just life's become very difficult and difficult to kind of follow on with. So when you kind of hear things like that and that idea of every dream started from, every sort of success story started from a wild dream that no one expected to come true, which is crazy. And it's a very cool way to kind of round this off. We'll let it run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown. But this fantastic showing from both Khalid and Burna Boy, I've got to say.
Remember Martin Luther King had a dream and then he got shot.
Unusual way to round it off. I'm sure there's subtext in there that I'm probably missing, but there we go. The sound of Burna Boy featuring Khalid with Wild Dreams. Great way to kind of actually, again, bring some kind of senses of emotional kind of texture to the album. So far, what we've listened to off the album, there has been a strong kind of emotional running, but there's been a real kind of globalizing feel. These are songs that are made for the world, not just for kind of the local kind of population that he's recording for. This is a global album to be enjoyed by people all around the world. That's why you've got J Balvin on there, Ed Sheeran on there, again Victony on there representing the more sort of Nigerian background. You've then of course got the American side of things, Blast and Kalani on there as well. That's what I'm thinking of. But it's crazy as an overall creation, man. I have really enjoyed this. Overall, this is one of the more emotional tracks on there, which I really do enjoy, and it's good to see Khalid coming in and really stealing the show. I'm a big fan of what Khalid does. Somewhat, despite the fact he's got such a strong following, I feel he's never really put into the conversations of that sort of global level elite performer, and I think he is genuinely in and around that. You hear his impact on this tune, and it's very apparent. So yeah, there we go. As always, friends, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. We shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.